At the Overlook, Mariah thanks Daniel for meeting with her. He confirms Tessa doesn't know he came. Mariah apologizes for the secrecy. Daniel assures her he's not judging her and that Tessa hasn't told him much of anything. Mariah sums it up by saying she's a mess. Daniel launches into an attempt to convince her to open up to Tessa, who's being hurt by what she doesn't know. Mariah just wants to know how Tessa and Aria are doing. Daniel says they miss her, but they're okay. Mariah has seen the bond between Daniel and Tessa. Daniel concedes. She's very special. Setting up the inevitable, Mariah declares that she's happy Tessa has someone to confide in and asks him to take care of her and Aria. Wary, Daniel hopes she isn't going to do anything stupid. Mariah explains she's going away to get help. Dropping some history, Daniel can't help but wonder what Cassie's advice would be to her twin. He's sure he twin would forgive her for whatever she's done and would urge her to be honest with her partner. He's certain Mariah would give Cassie the same advice. Mariah rants that she's not like Cassie. She would never do what she's done. Agreeing to disagree, Daniel urges her to heal for Tessa and Aria. Mariah hugs him. At the Abbott mansion, Diane and Jack feel sorry for Sally. Jack moans about Billy being blinded by his obsession with Chancellor. Diane worries the AI software could send his brother to prison if it's real. She urges Jack to try to talk sense to his brother, so he knows he's done everything he can. Jack argues that Billy's in gambler mode now and won't leave the table. Diane insists he needs to try. Jack's surprised by her change of heart, but agrees to talk to him. That said, he won't go alone. At Billy's place, he paces like a man possessed, waiting for the plan to kick in. Come on, Kane, let's do this. Pouring a drink, he tries to tell himself he's fine, and he knows what he's doing. Cue the eye rolls as he declares out loud that everyone who has discredited him will get a rude awakening, and he'll go to the top where he belongs. Lily walks into Crimson Lights, where Esther proudly remembers her order. Kane comes in and remembers her tea order as well. They fondly recall bringing the kids there when they were little. Seeing an opening, Kane remarks on Lily's well-preserved beauty. Lily's sure to remind Kane that they're not the same people anymore. They discuss their off-screen children for a while, and Kane manages to convince Lily to sit with him. Lily agrees, but only to talk about the kids some more. Finally, she asks why he's there and if he's given up his plans. Is this just another con? Lily brings up Colin's name in a negative light, and Kane gets irked. His father's heart was good. Lily shrugs. Sure, Kane. Getting to the nitty-gritty, she warns if one more secret comes out, he'll lose his family for good. They bicker at length about what the off-screen kids think. Lily declares that he's not the man she fell in love with anymore. Kane insists he is and that they're meant for each other. Relentless, he wants to know if there's a chance for them in the future. Lily suggests he drop his plan or go back to being Dumas. Storming out, she says she wants nothing else from him. Jack meets up with Victoria at Society and breaks the news that Billy's up to his old tricks. He wants her help to try to stop him. Jack fills her in on her ex's partnership with Kane and the AI software. Jack and Victoria show up at Billy's house, where he assumes Victor told his ex-wife about the AI. Jack says he came to Victoria with the information. Billy realizes that Sally sold him out. Jack defends her and explains they're all worried about him. Unsurprisingly, Billy's not interested in their point of view. Like a true addict, he argues with them at length, heatedly, defending his plan to risk it all for revenge. Victoria tries the do it right for the kids angle. How will they feel about him being caught up in doing Kane's dirty work? You're gambling again! He's got the fever, and he's got it bad. She can see it. Billy's momentarily silenced when she asks if he'd like Johnny and Katie to visit him in prison. The spell is broken when Billy's phone lights up with a call from Kane. He tells Jack and Victoria to show themselves out. Taking the call, Billy asks Kane to send everything over so he can get to work. Kane informs him there's been a change of plans. Billy brings too much conflict for him to feel comfortable. Billy paces, sweats, and stammers that he's handling the problems. Kane declares he's too much of a wild card and declares that the deal is off. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Clare Newman may face some cheating panic. Will Clare accept Kyle Abbott's ring after crossing the line with Holden Novak? Clare is inexperienced when it comes to relationships, so she's struggling to navigate all the obstacles she's been facing in her romance with Kyle. Although Clare loves Kyle deeply, they've got trust issues and are having a hard time getting on the same page about how to fix them. Kyle is desperate to just move forward, but Clare's been dragging her feet every step of the way. Meanwhile, Clare has been growing closer to Holden, who's admitted he likes everything about her and can't pretend that's not the case anymore. Y&R has all the pieces in place for Clare to cross the line with Holden in some way, whether it be through a kiss or even hitting the sheets. Regardless, Clare may surrender to her own growing feelings for Holden and regret it. If Clare lets herself go too far with Holden, she may go into panic mode and realize how much she wants to make things work with Kyle. It's easy to imagine Clare catching Kyle off guard if she tracks him down and suddenly blurts out that she's accepting his marriage proposal. Clare might insist they should get married, go to Paris, and do all the things Kyle's been suggesting. We could see Clare overcompensate for her betrayal by caving in on everything Kyle wants out of the blue. Clare might tearfully insist she's sorry for not going along with Kyle's plans before and assure him that she's all in now. Part of Kyle would be over the moon if Clare had a change of heart and was ready to move forward so rapidly, but another part of him might be suspicious. That's especially true if Clare seems overly emotional and just not herself. Clare might eventually confess to betraying Kyle with Holden and leave him reeling. It'd be a good way to flip the script for this couple and have Clare become the one who's begging for a fresh start. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kyle could have some bad news brewing when it comes to his already fractured relationship, so stay tuned for updates on any Clare and Holden cheating drama. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, September 19th, indicate that fans can vote on Christine Blair's wedding dress after Lauren Fenmore Baldwin reveals 3 gorgeous options. Y&R viewers can expect Christine to be blown away by the designs Lauren comes up with. However, Christine will have a little trouble deciding which one she wants for her big day with Danny Romalotti. That's where the fans come in, since the show's about to put up a poll on Instagram and ask for everyone's opinion. Viewers can select which wedding dress is their favorite, so the bridal gown that scores the most votes will be the one Christine wears at her marriage ceremony this November. The poll will begin on Friday afternoon, but it'll only be active for 24 hours on Y&R's Instagram account. That means fans will have to act fast if they want to take part in the fun and have a say in which dazzling dress Christine chooses. Other Young and the Restless spoilers say Billy Abbott will spin out following Kane Ashby's decision to bail on their deal. Will Billy fight to get this partnership back on track or find another path to getting revenge on Victor Newman? Regardless, it's easy to see that Billy's in a dangerous headspace. Sally Spectra will remain concerned about him, but Billy could easily push her away over her betrayal, since she blabbed everything to Jack Abbott. Although Billy was previously hoping they could salvage their romance, Sally's latest move could change his mind and make him think it's better to part ways. As for Kane, he'll have a brainstorming session. Phyllis Summers and Michael Baldwin may come together with Kane as he tries to figure out what's next. Of course, Michael will no doubt go running to Victor with whatever he learns, so he'll definitely pay attention to whatever tricks Kane still has up his sleeve. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Michael will be playing with fire, so stay tuned for updates on the terrible news that could be looming as a result. For the past few months on The Young and the Restless, Audra Charles played a big role in some of the major storylines. Sally hired her to work at Abbott Communications with her. She went through a big breakup with Nate, which was caused by her deal with Victor to split Kyle and Clare. But for the past couple of weeks or so, we haven't seen hide nor hair of Audra. Where is she? After all the turmoil she caused between Kyle and Clare, then breaking Nate's heart, we haven't seen her at Society or Crimson Lights, or anywhere else in Genoa City, for that matter. Last week on The Young and the Restless, Audra told Sally how concerned she was about attending the Abbott Communications launch party because she was worried Kyle and Clare might show up. Audra was still agitated over her blow-up with Clare at Society the night before, as well as her argument with Kyle in the park. She feared she might lose her temper at the launch party if she had to deal with Kyle and Claire again. But when Billy and Sally arrived at Society for the party, they were shocked to learn that Kane had canceled it. The day after the launch party, and on The Young and the Restless, Audra sent Sally a text message asking, "What the hell is going on? Are you guys okay? Please call me." We haven't seen Sally call her back yet, due to other pressing matters at hand. Apparently, Audra is out there, wondering what the current state of Abbott communications is, and puzzled about why Sally hasn't called her back yet. If the company doesn't get off the ground because of Kane's machinations, then it looks like Audra isn't going to have the job Sally offered her. So, what will be her next career move? When Holden spoke to Clare and Kyle at Society on the same day Sally got the text message, he asked them whether Audra was causing them any more trouble. Clare said they thankfully haven't heard from her at all. Holden told them, "What I said must have done the trick. We know he told her to leave Kyle and Clare alone, and he reminded her about what happened in LEA. He warned her she would be ruined if anyone found out about it, but he gave no details, so it is still a mystery. But we have to wonder, did he have any more conversations with Audra after that are keeping her out of sight? Audra is a polarizing character who brings on the drama, and that's exactly why we need her back on our screens soon. She creates problems and stirs things up, and that's a big part of what soaps are all about. Let's hope we see her back in Society or Crimson Lights in the coming days, having lunch or drinks with Sally. It will be interesting to see how the two gal pals help each other pick up the pieces. If Abbott Communications really is dead in the water, Michael's keeping a big secret from her. Will he finally fess up? Spoiler photos for the Friday, September 19th. Episode of The Young and the Restless feature wedding prep for Lauren and Christine. Or at the very least, they're talking about Christine and Danny's upcoming nuptials. Will we get to see any of the potential wedding dresses Lauren has lined up for Cricket to see? Lauren looks happy here. According to teasers, she pulls out all the stops to impress Cricket. She's helping Christine find the perfect wedding dress. But how long will those smiles last? Not long if she finds out what's going on with her husband. While wedding talk should be light and positive, Lauren and Christine look a little intense in these images. Maybe their conversation veers off the wedding path in favor of something darker. Lauren may sense that something is going on with her husband, and if she doesn't, she should. Does Lauren actually confront her husband about what's going on with him? She begged him to cut ties with Victor. Michael was doing the retirement thing, but now he's working for Kane and still answering to Victor. There's no way Lauren will be happy to find that out. Michael admitted to Phyllis that he's purposely leaving Lauren in the dark regarding his sudden corporate renaissance. Will he finally drop the Kane-Ashby bombshell on Lauren on Friday? How about his double agent status? From the bride and her wedding dress whisperer to the groom and his son. It looks like Danny and Daniel are chatting and drinking coffee at Crimson Lights. There's no guitar in sight for either of the men, so it doesn't look like Daniel's showing off his newfound guitar skills. Maybe he's going out on a limb and telling his dad that he wants to perform his and Tessa's new song at his wedding. And maybe he's telling his dad that his feelings for Tessa are growing with each day. If that's the case, what words of advice or warning will Danny have for his son, who's still struggling emotionally? Will Kane and Amanda's partnership turn into a romance? Kane isn't giving up on his quest to reunite with Lily on The Young and the Restless, but fans believe it's time for him to move on from his ex, and the person he should move on with is his trusted lawyer, Amanda. Kane is Genoa City's public enemy number one. Everyone, including Lily, is furious with the new billionaire tycoon. However, one person who's sticking by Kane's side is his friend and attorney, Amanda. Amanda has been a huge support to Kane throughout business and legal matters. She's also become a confidant as he opens up about personal matters. It's obvious Amanda cares about Kane, and they have chemistry, which is why fans want them to be a couple. On Reddit, many Y&R viewers are calling for Kane to give Amanda a chance. I have this weird feeling they may become a couple at some point. She is extremely loyal to him, even when things are morally questionable. The original poster wrote, "Most fans were on board with the potential romance." "I'm good with that," one fan replied. "I'm here to ship Kamanda or Amanka." declared one commenter. While most fans want Amanda with Kane, she faces some tough competition. First, there's Lily, who might find herself reconsidering her feelings for Kane. Then there's Amanda's friend Phyllis. Although Phyllis and Kane are just business partners, there's been hints a romance could be brewing. At the moment, Kane's heart is set on a reunion with Lily. But with her continuously rejecting him, he might decide it's best to cut his losses. With Lily in the past, Kane's new path to love could lead him to Amanda. Lauren questions Christine. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, September 19th. Press on with Kane's campaign to take over the world, while getting someone else to do his dirty work for him, which is where Billy comes in. Kane lectured Billy on the danger of sacrificing his relationship with Sally in order to bring down Victor. He then said that Billy was too obsessed with Victor, yelling about how bad it is to get emotional about business. Billy told Kane not to worry about it. He's got this. Kane wondered if he was wrong to bring Billy into his world-dominating plans. But does he really have a lot of options? There's Phyllis, who's foaming at the mouth at the chance to show Victor, Jack, and Billy what a wonderful businesswoman she is. There's Michael, but Kane has to suspect he's not 100% committed to his venture. So when he brings all the major players together, there are a lot of agendas in one room. Sally learned from Diane and Jack that Billy lied to her about funding for Abbott Communications, and now she's wondering why she was so stupid as to believe a word Billy said. But she's not one to suffer silently. Sally has a lot of things to say to Billy, and he'd better hope he's the only one she's unloading on, because Sally knows a whole lot more than Billy wants to be publicly communicated, via his communication company or somebody else's. Christine asked Lauren to design her wedding dress. Lauren is stressed. She wants to give her friend the perfect thing, so she stays up late, worrying about it, when she should be worrying about her husband going back to work for Victor, and what horrible thing the mustache will do to him this time around. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of September 20, 2025. Fans can expect Claire Grace Newman to face temptation. Meanwhile, Audra Charles' plan backfires. There is also Billy Abbott, who could be playing Kane Ashby, not the other way around. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Lauren Fenmore Baldwin. It seems that Lauren will have a clue that Michael Baldwin is keeping something from her. They have been together forever, so she knows him probably better than anyone else in Genoa City. The last time that Michael kept a secret from Lauren, it didn't go so well. Lauren will likely grill Michael for answers and the truth. Despite how much he tries to cover, Lauren will know this has Victor Newman's fingerprints all over it. Each time Michael works for Victor, he ends up in a legal mess or in a foreign prison. The wife will not be very happy about this, no matter how much Michael tries to reassure her. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for the week of September 22nd, reveal that Billy Abbott has to deal with his setback. The situation with Kane Ashby is getting really messy. Billy is already losing everyone and everything, including his romance with Sally Spectra. However, Kane thinks he is playing Billy. However, I'm starting to wonder if Billy is actually playing Kane and everyone else. Fans will also see Audra try to corner Nate Hastings again. The brunette will once again try to smooth things over. However, the former doctor won't be interested. This might devastate Audra, but she's good at picking herself back up. Most likely, she will double down on efforts to get another job. Audra tends to bury herself in projects and work, but she could also have a meltdown. As Kyle Abbott tries to find dirt on Holden Novak, he could end up losing Claire forever. Kyle is also pushing for them to take a getaway. But Claire is right. It's only going to put their issues on hold, not resolve them. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of September 22, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Thursday, September 18th, hint some major moments up ahead. Someone issues an SOS, while a Prince Charming does what he does best, charms the pants off someone, and there's a confrontation between two unlikely characters. What's on the horizon for Thursday's show? Time to find out. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Thursday, September 18th, reveal that Jack Abbott will turn to Victoria Newman for some assistance. It sounds like he'll request her help where Billy Abbott is concerned. But considering what Billy has planned, will she agree to offer a hand? Billy and Vicky will always have a unique connection, but when it comes to business, and her father's, Victor Newman, rivals, she likes to stay in her own lane. Across town, Kane Ashby will charm Lily Winters, and despite getting burned by her ex multiple times, it sounds like Lily will fall for what Kane is cooking up. Will she ever learn? While Kane claims to be cleaning up his act, this very claim is just an act, as he recently solicited Billy, Sally Spectra, and Phyllis Summers to do his dirty work for him, using that sketchy AI program. Sally refused to be a part of things, and Billy's got his own agenda. But will this plan end up blowing up in Kane's face? Will Lily find out about it? Finally, The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Thursday, note that Mariah Copeland will confront Daniel Romalotti about Tessa Porter. While they have Tessa in common, Mariah and Daniel aren't usually in each other's orbits. It sounds like Mariah may ask Daniel to keep an eye out for her wife while she's getting help. However, little does Mariah know that Daniel has developed feelings for Tessa. Or has she? Is there a possibility that she calls him out on this? The Young and the Restless spoilers show that Sharon Case is a firm fan favorite for her portrayal of Sharon Newman. She has starred for decades on the CBS Sudser The Young and the Restless, the #1 rated daytime drama. Sharon has reached a milestone accomplishment, but still has nagging fears about her tenure. Let's take a look at what Sharon Case is going through at the moment. Sharon Case debuted on Y&R in '94, and September 14th marks the 30th anniversary of her first appearance on screen. She was the third actress in the role, and clearly has nailed down the job for life. Parenthood star Monica Potter debuted in the role originally, followed by Heidi Mark. When Case came on board, the story developed, and since then, she and Nick Newman have had all sorts of adventures. One, her most significant plots rolled out this year when she thought she murdered Heather. She did not, but along the way, Sharon hallucinated about the murder and was in a bad way. Luckily, the truth came out. Sharon was framed. Sharon Case earned a nomination in the Lead Actress category for the 2025 Daytime Emmys for her standout work. She won a statue for Supporting Actress in 1989. The 2025 Daytime Emmys air on CBS on Friday, October 17th. On that date, Case will be competing with her co-stars Eileen Davidson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Michelle Stafford. Rounding out the category are General Hospital stars Laura Wright and Nancy Lee Grahn. After 30 years at the #1 soap, Case is at the top of her game. The fans love her, and she frequently appears in front-burner plots. Yet, despite her successful tenure, Case still has anxiety about her future. She told Soaps.com, "Actors think that they're getting cut every single day, no matter what happens. Like, somebody breaks a nail, and you think, that's it, I'm getting fired." Helping Sharon navigate the doubt is her own special philosophy that keeps her going. She said, "My viewpoint was to just do my best at all times. Then no matter what happens, you don't have any regrets. You can't have any." Prior to joining Y&R, Case appeared on General Hospital and As the World Turns. "I've really grown as an actress," she noted, "from playing Sharon for so long and playing so many different sides to her. I couldn't say I always felt this way throughout the years, but I do now feel like I could play anything. I wouldn't have said that before." Be sure to stay tuned to The Young and the Restless to see what's in store for Sharon Newman. Sally's desperation could pull Jack back into her orbit. Sally has never dealt with Billy like this before. She should have thought about that before getting involved with him. But now, she's in this mess and doesn't know how to get out of it. On Wednesday's episode of The Young and the Restless, Sally enlisted Jack's help, which reminded us of their past. Sally caught Billy in a lie. She found out that he's using Kane's AI software to get his hands on Chancellor. Sally doesn't know what to do. She's desperate, so she informed Jack and Diane about Billy's dangerous plans. Billy has no idea how good he had it. He had his brother's financial support and his girlfriend's support. Sally was willing to work with him on Abbott Communications, but Billy's obsessed with winning one over on Victor. He deceived two of the most important people in his life, and now he could pay in more ways than one. Sally was fed up with Billy's lies. She walked out on him and exposed him to Jack and Diane. Jack doesn't want to help her, but over time, Billy's stupidity could bring them back together, which could spell trouble for him and Diane. Jack and Diane have been a solid couple up until now. Nothing has shaken up their marriage, not even interior design could, until Sally gets in the way. Y&R fans want to forget about the time when Jack and Sally dated. However, it could happen again since Jack loves a damsel in distress. And Sally is desperate right now. Their relationship is on shaky ground now that Billy has lied to her about everything. This isn't a loss for Sally, it's a loss for Jack as well. Billy went behind his back and talked poorly about him just so Sally could go along with his plan. He let his impulsive gambling habits control his business moves, and now, Billy might regret losing everything. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Kyle Abbott has a PI to uncover secrets about Holden Novak and Audra Charles. Is it possible that Kyle will seek to gain an advantage to orchestrate a simultaneous departure from Genoa City? Fans are well aware that Kyle is eager to see Audra leave town. He believes that if Audra is completely out of the equation, it might pave the way for him to reconnect with Claire Newman. Naturally, Kyle would prefer if Holden also departed GC alongside Audra. Given he doesn't trust Holden and the intentions he has regarding Claire, Kyle is keen to eliminate him as well. He knows about Holden's past with Audra and suspects that something dubious occurred in Los Angeles. This is why it seems logical for Kyle to engage a private investigator, or at least consult Victor Newman about deploying his investigative team to look into the matter. Regardless, Kyle might be the one to initiate an investigation into what Audra and Holden were up to in LA. This could serve as Kyle's opportunity to eliminate both issues from GC, making it clear why he would consider this path. If Kyle can uncover the illegal activities and the cover-up that are being concealed, he could gain the leverage he requires. Kyle might leverage this information to coerce both Holden and Audra into disappearing from Genoa City if he plays his cards wisely. However, it appears that this is yet another scenario where Kyle is likely to spectacularly mess things up with Claire. Claire has a deep concern for Holden and will not take kindly to Kyle's potential targeting of him alongside Audra, if that is indeed Kyle's intention. This might be the final straw for Claire, leaving Kyle with little hope of winning her back, at least for the time being. Regardless of the situation, Kyle might delve into this LA secret and leverage it to create issues for both Holden and Audra, so keep an eye out for any surprising revelations he may discover. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Kyle could receive some astonishing updates from a private investigator sooner or later. Kane may replace Victor as Genoa City's newest business mogul. The Young and the Restless has created many iconic families. From the Abbotts to the Chancellors to the Newmans, there's been many beloved clans. Now, another family could solidify themselves as Genoa City's next dynasty family. While all of Y&R's families are important, the Newmans have long been touted as the show's top dynasty. Victor has ruled Genoa City's business district for years. His success wouldn't have happened without the love and support of his darling wife, Nikki. Their children, Victoria, Nick, and Adam, are carrying on the family legacy and making their parents proud. Although the Newmans are still the top dogs, a new family could be aiming for their position. Victor's latest rival, Kane, has become a billionaire and business mogul. Kane is looking to take down Victor and assert himself as Genoa City's top businessman. While Victor has his family behind him, Kane has nobody. His ex-wife Lily and his children, Charlie and Maddie, want nothing to do with him. However, when Lily and the kids do come around, the Ashbys could be a force to be reckoned with. On Reddit, a fan suggested that the Ashbys could replace the Newmans as Y&R's top dynasty. I actually think we're in the beginning stages of them preparing for Eric Braeden to leave. Kane will become the new Victor, and the Ashbys will become the new Newmans. Maddie and Charlie will become the equivalent of Victoria and Nicholas, and I believe Kane has a third child who will become the equivalent of Adam. It's hard to imagine anyone taking over the Newmans' spot, but Kane does have good shot at making it happen. The only thing he needs is to win over his wife and kids. When the family does reunite, the Ashbys could overtake the Newmans as Genoa City's top family.